So let me understand your point. Are you saying that any party can come up with whatever candidate they want, whichever way they want, irrespective of the laws, and they get away with it?
As long as the primary is conducted.
Listen, when a political party looks at the law very well and decides to do what you said, they'll get away with it. It is only when, in their recklessness, God decides to arrest them, that they make certain mistakes, that court will now be able to find a loophole. Outside it, the powers of political party to select candidate is so awesome that you cannot even challenge it. When you challenge it, you're starting from a major disadvantage.
Is that what your party relied on?
In doing what?
In getting its candidate for these elections?
I didn't work in the party hierarchy when they were doing that. But as far as I'm concerned, our party did what is correct and right and got our candidates. The candidates who felt aggrieved.
Even though you didn't work you say you didn't work in the party hierarchy to know what happened.
Because whatever happened, as far as the primary is concerned, happened before all of us. I don't need to be inside the Wadata Plaza to see what was going on. But what happened in Oka, they came down. All of us participated, whichever way, to get the chairman ad hoc delegates. The list was published.
Okay. So what about now that you've said that you've confirmed that it's their own cup of tea for those that are aggrieved in the process? Does that seem to suggest that your party is not even one going into this election?
That is why I'm telling you that those ones who will constitute problem have quietly and by the special grace of God have gone out.
You sacked them. You sacked them from the party?
We will sack them. They sack themselves. We are not interested in sacking anybody. But the fact is that when you are a fifth columnist in an army, you are a very dangerous fellow. So the way we are going now, because God has decided to rescue PDP by giving us a good candidate and a very good machinery.
Okay.
God has also decided to weed out those who constitute nuisance. Because some of these characters, we have a big man in this local government, where we'll go there and trust into his hand. On the day of the election, he will sit in his house and be sipping champagne. Right. And they tell them, let's go mind it.
Still speaking about emergence of party candidates for the forthcoming elections, let's listen to part of the comments which you were asking what INEC said at some point. Let's let you listen to this one now and get your response.
37 political parties are contesting in the Anambra election, which is a record. It's a record for any governorship election in the history of this country. 37. They all conducted their primaries. We monitored the primaries, but I also wish to draw the attention of civil society to the action of two political parties. I wouldn't mention the names here. I mentioned it when we met with the political parties about 2 weeks ago. We monitor the party primaries. We know those who emerged as candidates from the primaries. But somehow, somewhere between Oka and Abuja, two parties substituted the candidates. The names that they finally submitted to the commission are not the names of candidates that emerged from the party primaries which we monitored. Again, the Electoral Act says that if that is done, INEC has no power to disqualify any candidate nominated by his or her party. But 35 political parties are in compliance. What transpired at the primaries is what was actually transmitted to INEC. But two political parties changed the candidates. Those who emerged from the primaries are actually not the candidates whose names were eventually submitted to INEC. But we said that if any of these candidates wins or the matter is challenged in court, we'll go to the court and present the true record of what transpired at the primaries for the court to determine what to do. We will never defend what we cannot defend.
Very clear on a bigger statement. If there are political parties who did what he said, because our own, it's impossible for what happened in PDP to have been otherwise.
Impossible?
Impossible. Because on the live television, votes were counted. Obaze, Oba, Obiobolu. At the end of the day, the agents of these three candidates who eventually contested the primary were present. And these votes were collated and counted. And the result announced right there inside the Women's Center. How can anybody now where would they go? For instance, they will now say...
Was INEC part of the monitoring? Was INEC part of the monitoring?
They were present there, right inside the hall.
Because this may put you and your party and your candidate in some kind of skirmish at the end if he becomes governor, and will be waiting for the tribunal at some point.
You see, the issue is that this is not PDP is not one of the two political parties, because the PDP process was too open and transparent. It is those people who did their primaries behind the back, who didn't even have anything. People don't even know when the primaries were done.
Who are they?
The other political parties, there were so many of them. I come here, you asked me to remove my scarf and want me to advertise another political party. Chamberlain, you are not serious.
Did I ask you to advertise another political party?
Yes, now you're asking me who are the political parties. Why should I mention their names?
Nobody asked you to advertise.
Nobody's asking you to advertise.
No, you can't advertise another political party.
Thank you very much.
That's not the point you're trying to make. But you know, your candidate.
Yes.
Why not a younger, the Anambra voters there, about 2.2 million, you have over 40% of them are young people.
Yes.
Why not a younger candidate? What makes you think that the people will vote your candidate?
My candidate is as young as they come.
As young as they come?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Because when we talk about age, it's all about numbers. Anybody, there is nobody in Anambra State contesting this election, the governorship candidate, who is below 45. Not one. And at that age, anybody is old. Name them. From beginning to end, all of them are within the age bracket that go to check their blood pressure, like me. So it's not a matter of choosing. If we are talking about the definition, the core definition of youth, which is between the age of 18 and 35, yes, maybe in the oncoming years, we will try to see what we will do about that. But as of today, Anambra is a very sophisticated and complex state that needs people with a lot of experience and wisdom to manage. And when you say 40% are youth, 60% will now be older people, isn't it? Therefore, if you're talking about demographics, politics is all about number. So you look for where the larger numbers are located. That is speaking, talking
actually, over 40% are students.
So
a younger population at that.
The younger population is there. And you see, we come from a system, particularly in our place, where there is a lot of room for growth and mentoring. People just don't jump in my place.
So that will be the message you tell to those who ask you in Anambra, why not a younger candidate?
Precisely. I'll tell them, you wait for your turn. You come in there, you grow up. If he becomes governor now, what will he be tomorrow?